Alright, just getting this set up. Gonna share this to a few places real quick and get going here. Hey there folks, just getting set up, sharing this to a couple places, and then we'll be good to go. Gonna get out and explore the Cosmodrome map. I finally got that unlocked, and gonna unlock the Zikz 605-R, the second DLC vehicle as part of Phase 4. Just sharing this to a couple places, and then we'll be good to go. Hope everyone's been enjoying Phase 4. I know I have been. Got a whole bunch of mods activated. Got the, right in front here, I got the 8000 custom series from Risky. Got the FD69 TTC. I got the Prowler buggy from Risky. I got the friggin' Insanity Crawler, also got that going. I have the APC 6x6 Rhinoc going. All kinds of different mods activated currently here on PS4. Again, just sharing this to a couple more places real quick, and then I'll get moving. Gonna do some scouting. I got the garage unlocked on the Cosmodrome map, but I am sitting on the map for the very first map, Uscar River. Sorry again, just being annoying and sharing this to a few places. But I'll stop sitting here on a dead screen and I'll get things rolling here. Ghetto Pirate, my man, what's going on? God, my lighter is almost dead. So I'm trying to decide which one I want to actually go out and scout with. I think I'm going to go with the FD69, just because I want to use that one. But we'll see. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of mods activated here. I'll go down the list again real quick. Oh, nice. Ghetto Pirate just finished work. So yep, 4:20 time. I hear that. I'll hit my bowl again just for you. Well, yeah, I'll do the rundown again real quick. I'm sitting here in the R&R Customs 8000 series. I got the AP6x6 Rhinoc going, the GGMS Hybrid Electric Pack. I got the IX Quad Steer up there. I got the Dairy Longhorn 3194. Got that customized with the drivetrain and the tag axle. Love that. Got the Scout 800 crawler from Devils. The Silver Arrows, whatever the heck the name of that is, the UMG 500. Insanity Crawler, Prowler Crawler, and I got the FD TTT 69 TTC. Ugh, getting tongue-tied trying to talk here. accidentally switched my steering back. I had to get that set up. But yeah, I'm absolutely loving this 8000 series from Risky, the R&R Customs 8000 series. I did a stream yesterday taking this thing out about. This thing was really fun. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I think I'm going to jump in the TTC, Invalidredneck's TTC FD69. Just cruise around. This is not the smartest vehicle to take out and scout with on these new maps, given the fact that it does not have chain tires, but it is by far one of my favorite scouts. It always has been and always will be one of my favorite mods. It doesn't use a lot of RAM, and yeah, it's just a really beautiful mod all around. The only thing it's kind of lacking is the option for chain tires, but there's nothing wrong with that. Just means you really gotta know how to drive it on maps like this. But yeah, right at the garage here in Uskar River, and I'm just gonna cut straight across here to the tunnel of the Cosmodrome and cruise over there and start exploring. Oh, thank you for that, Ghetto Pirate. I had the microphone way away from my mouth. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, I had the microphone way away from my mouth and not in the right spot. I took way too long, and I set up all those vehicles really for no reason other than just trying to get a cool video or image to start the stream with. And just kind of show people that keep saying that you can't activate a lot of mods at the same time. I got all those activated just to show that here on PlayStation 4 and Xbox we actually can have quite a few mods at the same time. It just comes down to the mods that you're trying to activate. Yeah, just gonna cruise around here in the Invalidredneck FD69 TTC for a little bit, and I'll bring the APC Rinnock over as well, and we'll go explore those new maps. I got 2 maps unlocked and whatnot, but now I'm getting into the 3rd map, and then after I unlock the Zikz, I'm going to go into that 4th map and just at least get it all explored and open up the map. And then in the future, I'm really going to dive in and get all these bridges and landslides taken care of. Yeah, just down the road from the garage, you can really just follow the ice and you can cut straight across. You just have to be careful through this section over here because it is all breakable ice. But I'm going to show you guys a nice, easy way to avoid all the breakable ice through here. All you have to do is basically follow the edge. Stay on the chunky, big, broken stuff, and you don't have to worry about falling through the breakable ice, and takes away some of the issues of not having chain tires. So if you stay near the edge over here on this chunky stuff, just like in Amandra and Lake COVID, you can avoid all the breakable ice and not have to worry about it. Have minimal issues with getting stuck. You can see right on the breakable ice back there, I sunk right through, but if you stay right on the chunky stuff, you can make it through generally with no issues. Unless you find a deep little hole like I did right there. Whew. Yeah, that got deep real quick in between those pieces. Hey Ian, what's going on, my dude? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining back in. Hey there, NBJKU Hellcat. What's going on? Thanks for joining in the stream. Hope you're doing well. Enjoying your weekend. Hope you're playing some SnowRunner yourself. Yeah, just took a nice little shortcut directly across the ice and right to the tunnel here for Cosmodrome. I already completed the task. There's a task right next to the tunnel for Cosmodrome where you get to unlock and build a garage, not a garage, a fuel station. So you got a fuel station right here as you go through the tunnel to Cosmodrome. But spoiler alert, it's kind of pointless because once you get into Cosmodrome, there's a garage right on the other side. Like, it's actually like right there when you go through the tunnel to the other side, which is kind of silly, but I still like the idea of having the gas station right on the other side of the tunnel to allow yourself to refuel yourself and keep going as you enter through the tunnel system in this game. Always good to top off the fuel tank before entering a new area. Yeah, this garage here is locked when you first get to it, but just going through and doing a simple task of retrieving a fuel tanker that's right in the river and flipped over, you can then have this nice little fuel station to refuel yourself and top off before heading to the new areas. Here we go, I'll get right to the tunnel. I'm going to retain a couple vehicles real quick so I have them in my truck storage for when I go through the map and I won't have to create them on the other side again. But yeah, I had all these set up on the map just to show you guys you can activate quite a few mods on consoles here, but I'm going to retain them so that it stops the game from lagging as much, but then also I can have them available in the truck storage when I go through to the other side. Bring the 6x6 APC. Love this little tank. This thing is fucking amazing. Has a built-in radar and everything. Recover that. Don't really need anything else, I guess. Drive this new one from M181. This thing's a nice little rig. Only problem with it I found so far is that it doesn't allow you to change the color on it, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's all I really need to get myself going on the other map. So let's head over to Cosmodrome with the Invalidredneck FD69 TTC. Oh, nice, Ian. I'm doing the same thing, my man. My girlfriend's out shopping with her mother, so I'm hanging out here getting some stuff done on the game. These loading screens are taking forever on these new maps, but the maps are the largest size that the creators can make, so it does take a while for them to load. Here we go. Okay, so here we are in Cosmodrome. You got the big ice lake right on the other side when you enter, and then I'll show you the garage is literally right here, right on the other side of the ice lake. So after you enter the map from the tunnel, there's a watchtower right up over here. It will be covered when you first enter it, but then yes, the garage is literally right there as soon as you enter the map and get going. And yeah, so I'm gonna just cruise around. I need to go. There's a rock slide right here. I want to just get these tunnels taken care, or the watchtowers taken care of, so I have the map opened up and I can see where I need to go and all that good stuff. So I'm going to see if I can get myself around this rock slide and get over to this watchtower, and we'll go from there. Alright, sorry for the delay. I was on my phone there for a second. Hey, this entire ice lake over here is basically all breakable ice on the right, so it's a little sketchy to try and go straight across. I'm gonna play it safe and go along the road. Even though the road is just as icy, at least it's not something I'm gonna fall through and get stuck in. And the developers, being the sadistic bastards that they are, right when you come through the only road coming through the tunnel, you can see right here in front of me, there's a task to complete it. You need to bring some medium logs here and finish the log bridge, because this is all breakable ice right through here, like deep, shitty, breakable, swampy shit that the FD TTC just sits down, bottoms out, and just doesn't have the ride height or the grip to even go anywhere. I came through with the APC and it even sunk the APC, like it's just a deep, soupy hellhole. And it's the only road on the other side. You can see the breakable ice coming up there. There we go, on the other side here. And I'll follow my marker and try and get around the rock landslide over on this side, and we'll go from there. Maybe I'll do some tasks in a little while. We'll see how it goes. I'm just going with the flow, but right now I'm gonna just try and get some watchtowers. Yeah, the Azer of Iceberg. I do have that mod activated, I believe. I just don't have it running right now. I like to do my scouting in the small actual scout vehicles. But there is a time and place to use the big Russian beasts to get the job done. Just spinning my tires on this friggin' ice road. Yeah, you loving the new maps, Hellcat? That's awesome, man. Hey, Jan, what's up, my dude? Hope you're doing well, my admin brother. Well, got sideways. Trying to read the chat while driving. That's always a smart thing to do. Alright, so we got this rock slide right here. It's right on the corner of where the garage is. You can see the facility with the birds flying in the air above me, behind me I should say. And that is where the garage is located, out behind me over there. And this rock slide right down the road here, I'm just going to try and bypass and go around, and then continue on to the next watchtower. I'm going to try to avoid the breakable ice if I can. Just try and crawl right over. It doesn't have the grip. So you can bypass it and just drive around. If you have a larger truck, you might have a little bit more of an issue getting around that. Yeah. Just continue around here and see what other dangers are lurking around the corner. This thing just slings the mud when you can actually get it going. Going the right way. Well, I'm going away. This is SnowRunner. We can go any way we like, even if it's straight across. Just gotta find a way. I absolutely love the interior view on this thing. Really do. If you guys aren't driving this thing or have this as a main staple in your different customizations and different sets of mods that you're using, you're missing out. Like the FD, it's overpowered compared to some base game vehicles, but it doesn't reach into the super overpowered categories as some mods are. It's such a great all-around scout. I know I say all that, and here I am winching myself through the deep snow, but this deep, deep snow is just no joke on these maps. It's just unforgiving. And granted, I don't have the tallest ride height, and I don't have the biggest tires, but it's just a little bit of the inconvenience of this game where they just really make the deep snow just absolutely ridiculous. But it just means these maps require you to pick the most powerful vehicles and the best setup vehicles for it. Now, right now I'm not necessarily using the best option currently, but to me it's one of the funnest options. Sometimes you just gotta figure out your own way through. Gotta keep accidentally zooming in. Alright, right on the other side of this little complex in front of me. Get to this next watchtower and we'll keep going from there. I'll get these two watchtowers over here with the FD69 here, and then I think I'm going to switch to the APC just because I really like driving that thing around here on these new maps. There we go. We get it on terrain that it can actually handle and it actually moves around. It gets a little squirrely, but this thing is very capable, especially in a lot of the other maps that aren't just super deep snow everywhere. There's the watchtower. Hey-oh. Such a beautiful little old school Bronco. Heavily modified, of course, but alright, ooh, I like the look of that. That looks sketchy as hell. Looks like it's right on the way to the next watchtower, so that's kind of perfect. Yeah, just I guess I'll go until the FD69 can't quite do it anymore, and then I'll switch to something else. Yeah, all kinds of stuff over here. Farm warehouse. Get service parts, large pipe, and wooden planks. Yeah, these maps are huge. Alright. Head back over to this road over here. Of course I did. Haha. Fuck yeah. Oh, shit. Like, I love that they have all these little trees around here and still have the trees and let them be something that we can drive over and break and all that fun stuff. But this right here that I'm going through right now, there's absolutely no reason why anyone that would be out in the real world trying to drive their vehicle and they flip themselves over and they think to themselves, you know what, I got this winch on my truck. I'm gonna go ahead and attach to this tiny little fucking tree that is... why the fuck are they even an option for us to even latch onto and winch to? It just doesn't make any sense. Why is it an option? It's so dumb. Even the lightest of the light scout vehicles have issues like you just saw where it just breaks as soon as you attach to it. It's just fucking absurd. It's one of the dumbest things that the developers did in these games. It really is. It's so fucking stupid. It wastes everyone's time. This is definitely looking at in person as sketchy as it did on the map. My lord. Imagine trying to bring some cargo through here. That is one of the craziest crossings that I've seen in this game so far. That is unreal. Oh, these little swampy ice rivers, or the icy swamp areas, so brutal. Trees right across. Oh, this stuff's no joke. This is where not having chain tires really comes back to bite you in the ass. But if you're patient, you can find the grip, you can get it yourself out of any situation, I guess. Hey Christian, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining in the stream. All these deep mud areas filled with breakable ice and water. My god. Let me guess, it's a roadblock. Cliffside tree fall? Can't even make it up the hill. See, this is why you need chain tires in these new maps, man. I love it. Alright, so yeah, there's a big ass tree that's down in the middle of the road there. Looks like the Watchtower is right around here. But if I come down here, I bet I can crawl up through here. Try and climb up this and go across here. It'll be that simple, right? Because everything's that simple when you try and do it in this game. Alright. Come on, FD69. Show me what you can do. Find the grip. These ice roads are just savage, man. see if this is as easy to climb up as it looks from the map. And it does and it doesn't. It gets a little tight, but I think I should be able to get up this. As long as it isn't ice underneath all these rocks, I think I should be able to claw my way up through here. Oof. You just can't get a grip on these snowy, icy rocks. Like on regular maps and everything, this thing will climb up the rocks really well, but on these new maps it just struggles. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get up through there. Looks like I'm taking the long way. I probably could have figured out the right line to get up through there, but I'm not going to force you guys to sit there and watch me beat my head against the wall. But I think I might be able to get up on these rocks right here. Just do the same thing from just a different approach angle. This is probably, you know, just a hard road. Yeah, if I just get up on this here, I should be able to just pop my way up there. Oh, I was right. I was up. Mother trucker. Oh, come on. Just went up it with like almost no effort whatsoever, and just happened to find the wrong angle, and then it comes off. Motherfucker, I didn't want to use the winch, but oh well. Sometimes you have to. Definitely taking the road less traveled on this approach. Nice. I didn't think it was actually going to get up that. I kind of lost faith in it climbing up those rocks, but it finally came through for me right there on that approach when actually it was most important. That was probably the toughest part of that entire climb. Yeah, at first you don't succeed, just try again or try a different line. But I made it up one way or another. Oh yeah, the B350. Yeah, Christian, that should be coming sometime soon. Hopefully next week, or maybe within the next couple weeks. The amount of mods the developers have been pushing out would definitely make me think that it will be coming sometime soon. I mean, we got like 20 some odd new mods this past week, which was really nice to get a good new selection of mods to pick through. And now we're closing in on 250 mods on consoles, which is super exciting. Just having all the different options is so great. I know the console mod RAM memory restrictions is definitely something that is frustrating everyone, but it is a necessary evil to allow the game to still be stabilized and do the best to avoid crashing and allow us to still enjoy the game instead of having people activate way too many mods and then their game starts to crash and then they bombard the developers with the game is broken, the game is broken, the game keeps crashing. And I mean, granted, we still have a crash here and there or a blue screen here and there, but ultimately, for the most part, introducing the RAM restrictions has virtually completely eliminated all blue screen issues, at least for me. I still get them every now and then, but you hardly see anyone complaining about the game crashing nearly as much as it did when console mods were first put out and before those restrictions were put in place. So it does suck, but it is a necessary evil to allow us to enjoy all these mods and have the game be stable at the same time. And there we go, got myself to this other watchtower here. Gonna spark up a little joint real quick while I scout out this map. Yeah, I hope everyone really is enjoying Phase 4, because these maps really are really well made and such a challenge compared to everything else in the game before it. You have to use... Whew, man, this joint just got me. Oh boy. You have to use all your skills that you learned coming up in all the maps leading up to this to be able to approach these maps properly, because it still makes you have to build all the bridges, clear all the landslides, unlock the warehouses, and then unlock them to make sure that they actually function properly, because even though you might drive up to a warehouse, there are still tasks at the warehouses to allow them to be opened fully. And then the crafting and just everything about this entire phase. It's taken all the aspects from the first 4 phases and brought them into this and allowed us to use everything that we learned from all the other maps and just put it into one massive 4-map region that is just so much fun. I mean, I've probably put close to 15 or 20 hours into just exploring and unlocking, and I've only completed like a handful of tasks so far. But I'm gonna head over here, get this other watchtower, and actually I'm gonna go over here to this trailer store and activate this task over here, and I'm going to jump into the APC 6x6 after that, take that thing around, because I just really want to drive that. Oh, nice. Hey, yeah, Christian, I'd try to be nice. I know I can get a little short with some people, or I might come off sarcastic like an asshole every now and then, but I mean, that's just my northeastern mentality. Like, I can't help that. We're just straight shooters up here in the north, here in Maine, and just the northeast in general. So if I come off crass or a little harsh sometimes, it's all meant with love and just more often than not trying to be sarcastic. And especially in the Facebook groups and stuff like that, it is damn near impossible to say anything on the internet without coming off like an asshole, especially if you're being critical or, like I'm having to do in the Facebook groups a lot of times, correct people. Nobody likes to be corrected. That's just a fact in life. And that is not to say that I'm infallible or I'm perfect or I know everything. I know quite a bit about these games. I've dedicated a lot of time and effort into learning and understanding everything that these games offer to allow myself to answer all these questions in the groups. So, again, not trying to come off like an asshole. It's all in one love and, you know, just being a straight shooter and being honest. And, you know, I say it like it is sometimes. Ooh. I had a feeling this, even though this looked like it was the easiest short path, it would be tough, and it is. This is all deep mud and breakable ice. This is where you really lean on the tools and to your advantage and use that autonomous winch. Even though it's not the easiest way to get across here, but in terrain like this, especially when I'm in a truck that does not have chain tires on it, I need every bit of help I can get. Oh yeah, Ian, I know you are on the same page, my man. Man, I'm just leaving an absolute trail of broken ice in my wake. I'm loving that I can get across it with this vehicle that doesn't have chain tires. Granted, I'm only really getting across it because of the autonomous winch right now, but it is what it is. It just continues to prove the point that the developers were just really making this the most difficult experience that they've put out yet to date. Like, just, it really is such a challenge to get anywhere on these maps in any type of quick manner. Like, it takes forever to do anything. It is just such a grind. Even just trying to scout the map. It's like, oh yeah, this is the shortest road to get you from one side to the other and cuts you right to the warehouse, but it is just a deep, like, frozen river. It's not even a road. God, I'm sorry, I keep accidentally zooming in. I'm not trying to do that. So glad they finally allowed us to winch to telephone poles. Back in the MudRunner days, you'd have a telephone pole and no trees around you, but for some reason you could just not winch to it, which was so dumb. Oh yeah, I have the Bertha activated actually. I haven't even used that thing yet. But I don't really see a point in using it on these maps. I don't even know if I really can use it on these maps because, like, you're in the garage that has it all boxed in, so I don't even know how you would even drive it out of the map, or out of the garage, get it out from outside the walls. My God, that was just a nightmare. I couldn't imagine doing that with something without the winch. I don't know what vehicle, after just towing myself through this nightmare of broken ice. I don't even know what the hell would be able to do that without needing the autonomous winch. Maybe something like the Azov Iceberg, or something with some big old massive tires. Because I think this only has like 35s or like 39s on it or something, or they might be 40-inch tires, but it doesn't have the tallest ride height, which is really what comes back to bite it in the ass. So we got a trailer store over here. There was a contest back behind me that I didn't drive over, and I just wanted to see what this task is over here. Snowbound. Oh yeah, it's nothing special. I thought it might be something that helps unlock the warehouse or something like that, because that seemed to be a trend on this map, but yeah, we'll keep going. I'm gonna jump to the garage though, and I'm gonna jump into the APC. Or no, I'm gonna take this around. The Silver Arrow's UMG 500. I'm loving this thing. I drove it around a little bit. It's a fun little Scout. I'm gonna actually take the service bed off the back of it, and I'm gonna put the fuel tank on it. Like this service bed on the back, it has 600 repair and only 100 fuel. You can have a bunch of other small options, but I'm gonna put the fuel tank with 900 fuel on the back of it to make it a little bit more stable and less tall, so it doesn't hopefully tip over as much. But it has this experimental gearbox in it that is the creator's attempt at a manual gearbox. So if I put it back into automatic, you see it only has one gear. So it's in a way just like the IX quad steer, if you guys have driven that. It forces you to use the low gear as a quote-unquote manual gearbox. So essentially, same as when you're in low, you just set the gear at whatever margin you want, you know, low to high within that low gear setting. And then you essentially can just shift up and make yourself go faster, and it regulates your top speed. And it basically eliminates the vehicle from, like when you're in automatic, when it automatically shifts down and it goes back into first gear. So if you leave it in this low gear, it is essentially a quote-unquote version of a manual gearbox. So then you can just put it all the way up, and I'm in low gear, but you can see how fast this thing is moving. So I got low all the way up, and yep, it doesn't have the highest top speed, but it is a version of a manual gearbox. Just the only thing that kind of sucks with it is you really do have to manually shift yourself into low to even get moving again after you get stuck. So it's not perfect, but it's still a fun idea. It works really well on the IX quad steer, mainly because that IX quad steer has so much power. The IX quad steer is just so ridiculously overpowered that it really utilizes this quote-unquote manual gearbox really well. But you can see in here, it makes it handle a little bit weird, where you have to really just finagle your shifting. But you find the sweet spot, and it's actually pretty fun. This is such a cool looking little rig. I just like how it's designed, everything about it. But it just does not have the power it needs to take advantage of this manual gearbox, because it's just getting slowed down on nothing. And you can't even just put it into the high gear because you have to have it in low to even get it to move. But like in theory it should work, but it just, I don't know. Right now it's struggling. One issue I found with this truck also was that in the garage, when you're customizing it, it has different color options, but none of those options even work. It doesn't do anything, like when you try and change color. But yeah, this is just stupid where I can't even drive it up this hill. The truck has the power to get up this hill, but for whatever reason it just is not engaging. I have it in the lowest gear. It's just not engaging. Like it has to have a rolling start for it to even work. Yeah, that's enough of that. That's really disappointing. I was excited for you guys to see that. I mean, I even have the most powerful engine. But we'll switch it up and I'll use the different gearbox in it and see if that makes a difference. And I'm also going to put the larger tires on it. So I had 50-inch tires on it, but I'm going to put the larger 56-inch tires. So larger tires, proper gearbox, and I'm going to give this truck an actual chance to show what it can do, because just that, I think it's that manual experimental gearbox that was really just causing the issue right there. Alright, sorry for making you sit through the endless going through the friggin' tire selection screen there. It's always so annoying having to do that. It's got limited options for customization, but it's a nice little rig. But yeah, so it has all these different color options, but it doesn't change the color for whatever reason. So that's just a minor glitch, but the creator should, now that it's on consoles, probably put something out soon to fix that. Yeah, we got the tuned custom suspension. It's a lot more soft. You can see the body roll. My god, that is a lot of body roll. I'm just going to take this back up that same trail and just see how that does. Holy crap, that is so bouncy. I've never seen a vehicle with this much body roll. Like, it's just leaning on its side for like no reason. Look how it's swaying back and forth. I don't know if that's a feature of these type of vehicles and the replica of it of real life, but Jesus Christ. It's just a swaying. I don't know if that's going to be a good thing or a bad thing once it starts trying to crawl. Like, my gut is to go and change it out and try a different suspension, but I want to see how this handles. Man, that is just so much body roll. Yeah, this gearbox is doing so much better. It actually is transferring the power from the engine to the wheels other than just getting locked up when meeting any resistance whatsoever. I'm still in automatic and it's just crawling its way through here. It's a sweet little rig. I like this thing. I think it's classified as an off-road vehicle, but I like it as a scout. That's why I would use this thing. I mean, you can put a low and a high saddle on it, I think, so it can haul trailers and everything, but I wouldn't utilize it for stuff like that. I'd just use it for stuff like this and use it as a nice little scout vehicle, kind of like the Tuz 16 and the Tuz 108 from Phase 1. Those were awesome little off-road vehicles, but they really should have been classed as scout vehicles because they're so damn small. But it is what it is. I'm still not a big fan of this super rolly and super soft suspension, but it's doing all right so far. Oh, that's definitely broken ice. That's definitely gonna be a frozen little breakable ice section right there. And to that, we smoke some weed. Just given how heavy this thing is, I feel like I'm gonna get stuck, but we're gonna give her hell. Let's try it out. Try to keep the speed down. You can see all the ice breaking underneath. I just don't want to sink too low. Alright, not bad. Not bad. I thought that was going to be worse. I'm just having PTSD after driving the FD69 around and just breaking through all the ice and not having chain tires. But this thing's a hell of a little scout. I know, like I was saying, it's classified as an off-road vehicle, but this thing's nice. And this thing uses almost no RAM whatsoever, folks. So as far as console mods go, this is actually a really great option as just a capable little repair rig that you can have around the map. And it uses virtually no RAM whatsoever. So whatever M181 is doing, he's doing it right, because this mod uses almost no RAM and it's a fully custom vehicle. So you would expect it to use a lot of RAM, but like this and the FD69, even that new Bertha vehicle, like they just use no RAM at all. It's fantastic. Allows you to activate so many mods simultaneously. But yeah, this thing's awesome. Now they got a proper gearbox in it that actually works. I'm sure that manual gearbox is fun, but it's not really built for a heavy off-road terrain map. Hey, Bobby Wasabi, what's going on, my dude? Welcome back to the stream. Hey, Jason Jalmore? I'm not sure how I pronounce that. Yeah, smoke some weed. It's luckily legal here in Maine now, finally. I'm still not quite used to it after growing up and having to go to some sketchy guy's apartment to get myself some weed. But now we got dispensaries, it's all legal, and it's fantastic. It's a completely different experience from when I was in high school. But this soft suspension is nice. It gives you the articulation you want. I'm not used to the body swing back and forth so freely. Alright. Gonna head up over here, looks like up and over a little ridge to go get this next watchtower. So I actually need to come back down here and go across. Come up through here. I can activate this task. And then keep on going. Down to this intersection, it looks like, and then I got 2 more watchtowers to get. I should be closing in on the Zikz 605R, the second DLC vehicle. It is located on this map, I believe, so I should come across that here in my travels shortly. Oh, forgot I was in reverse. That's that marijuana, kids. It makes you forgetful, they say. Yeah, I really am enjoying these new maps. They are so much fun. Man, this thing rolls around so much. At least, like, the body rolls a lot, but at least the wheels seem to keep themselves, for the most part, planted. But just like going on this slight little hill, it just looks like it's going to roll itself over. This thing is crazy. This is probably one that I'll keep on my list of mods that I activate with everything else, just for the fact that it uses almost no RAM, and it's a nice, fun little option. Oh, be careful this broken ice. Hey, Bullet Drop, what's going on? Thanks for joining to the stream. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone's enjoying their weekend. Just hanging out. It's a little bit dreary weather up here in Maine, kind of rainy. Not exactly the nicest day to be outside, so I'm hanging out inside and getting some SnowRunner on. Enjoying these Phase 4 maps and getting these Watchtowers unlocked, trying out some new console mods. Whoa, that just looks crazy. Oh man, just thinking back on the fact that we just went past the 1-year anniversary of this game and where this game has come from the beginning. So if anyone has been playing since launch, you really know. Like just what we were experiencing the first time in Michigan and what we had to go through and the struggles we went through to now be going through this type of terrain and doing even more elaborate and crazy and more hard to complete tasks and missions and terrain. It's just, the game has evolved so much. It's amazing. Oh, okay, Jason. Okay, cool. Thank you for that clarification, man. Oh, you're up in Halifax? Nice. See, this looks like it's going to be breakable ice in here, or it might be... Oh yeah, sinking right through. What is going to be the safest way to get around here? The right side looks like it might be a little bit more solid. I'm going to try that instead of driving straight into where I was going. Say this looks like it's a little bit more firm ice over here, so we're gonna just hope for the best and then try and climb that hill, which looks like it's all ice also. Yeah, this little rig is growing on me. I look forward to when I can actually change the colors and customize it more, but I'm liking it so far. Let's see if it can get up this ice hill. Let's go. This thing's a little billy goat, huh? That's awesome. Seemed like it was going to struggle there for a second. Wasn't going to be able to make it up that, but without these chain tires, it definitely would not have. Yeah, these developers really outdid themselves with these new maps. Like, this shit is just crazy. Just gotta bring some fuel up here. That's not bad. There's a little service repair trailer. That's probably linked to another task or something. Oh no, it actually rolled itself over. Are you shitting me? And it does not have like the super long reaching winch. I was just gonna drive up here and go up onto the tip of that rock and just take a little hit off the bowl, but looks like I now have to come and recover this thing. Yeah, because there's like no other way to really get around here unless you come down and then go along the shoreline. Mother Trucker. Yeah, nowhere is easy to get around on this map. My God. That was such a bummer. Just gives me a reason to use this. Why not? Yeah, but this actually is going to be a bad idea because I can't go up the ice climb that I had to go across, so I don't know if this thing's going to be able to make it all the way there, but we'll try. The risky prowler, the buggy. Love this little scout. Hey Gary Anderson, what's going on, man? Thanks for joining the stream. Hey there, Spina Bifida Warrior. Yeah, I don't know, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that again properly. I'm just going to call you Warrior, my friend. But yes, I'm excited for the F450 to come to consoles. There are so many new console mods on the way. It's going to be hard for the developers to approve them all and get everything approved on a timely manner, but it's really exciting to see everything that's on the way and just waiting to be approved by the developers for console. There are just so damn many console mods at this point, it's awesome. We're closing in on 250, and I believe there are about 100 mods that are in line waiting to be approved for consoles, so... and more being added all the time to mod.io, so it's just never-ending amounts of fun that we get to have. Makes this game so much more replayable. This thing is just ridiculous. So I know I'm gonna be able to get over everything, basically to get back to the truck that I just flipped over, other than maybe getting up that ice hill. That ice hill that is right before the truck is probably going to be the only thing that gives me really any issues. But I found, even though Risky's Prowler buggy here, even though it does not have chain tires, the creator made it so light that it can go through almost any ice section. That being said, I don't know if it can go through this one, so we'll see. I'm going to just try and take it slow and just go right across, but it should go right on top and not break through. We'll see. But yeah, see, if you just go slow enough, even if you go a little faster, it just doesn't break through the ice. You know what I mean? He just made it so, like you saw me in my other vehicle, like you could see the tracks that it left it. But this thing is just made to be so light that it is just almost comical. And it just doesn't even break through the ice. That is hilarious. Now, as far as breaking through the ice, that's one thing. The ice hill that I'm about to drive up to, that's a whole nother thing. Because if I just don't have anything I can winch to, I will not be able to pull myself up it. But also at the same time, where he made this so light, this buggy is terrible for trying to flip stuff back over. Yeah, this should just be able to walk straight over this ice right in front of me that I was worried about last time. And now it's just about winching my way up this ice wall and not flipping over. Just gotta get a little creative with the winch. Oh. Gets a little hectic. Come on. So close. Yes! Haha! Made it! I didn't think I was actually going to be able to do it. That was definitely sloppy and sketchy, but if you get a little bit forceful with your autonomous winch, you can kind of do almost anything. Tried to push it, but it just drove straight up on top of it, which makes sense. Hopefully it can actually pull it back on its wheels. That's all I want. There we go. That's what you gotta do in single player is the buddy system. Have one vehicle out on the map at all times and then another one just to be able to try and save yourself. In case you get into stupid situations like I just did. I love this buggy crawler, man. I love that we can actually change the color on it, unlike Frog's crawler. There we go. Now I'm going to smoke my bowl. Because all I wanted to do initially after driving up here before I rolled over was just come out here and have this little view. Just enjoy the hard work and dedication the developers put into making these maps. And also the hard work and dedication that these mod creators put into making these mods. My god, man. I can't imagine how much time it actually takes to make a well-designed and fully created mod like this. Like, even just doing the tweaks of the base game vehicles takes a little bit of finesse and technique, but to fully model and build a custom vehicle, that's a whole nother game in and of itself altogether. Hey, Jimmy Sticks, thanks for joining in. Oh, new subscriber. Really appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. And just getting into doing this streaming stuff. I just started doing it, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I don't have set schedules or anything, but I try to do it when I can. For the most part, up until that point beforehand, when MudRunner was out and before SnowRunner was released, I would just put out raw gameplay clips with no commentary or anything like that. But figured since I got the channel going and my Facebook page and everything, I tried my hand at streaming, and it truly is a skill. I have so much more appreciation for a lot of the dedicated and full-time streamers out there, because just trying to be able to play the game and play the game well while also communicating and reading the comments and doing all that jazz, all the other stuff that goes into trying to promote the page and the channel and all that goes into it. It really does take a lot of time and effort. But like I said, I truly appreciate the kind words and the subscribe, my friend. I'm trying to stream a little bit more often if I can, but only get a chance to about once or twice a week if I'm lucky. But yeah, have that subscribe on there, hit that bell notification, and you'll get a notification anytime I put up any content or have a chance to get on and stream. Just trying to navigate these sketchy trails of Cosmodrome here on the third map of Phase 4. Really, really enjoying these Phase 4 maps so far. It is so challenging. Just sliding down this ice chute, down these rocks. Oh, don't roll. Sketchy, sketchy. That was so fun to go down, I immediately want to drive back up it. These trails are insane. Oh man. Hopefully in the future they can get to a point with these games where they really bring in true dynamic weather. That's something a lot of people have always wanted. with the introduction of snow into SnowRunner, the people before the game came out, and even to this day, they always ask if the developers can do actual dynamic weather that affects the environment around us. And if you can imagine how cool it would be to have a full weather cycle on these maps that allowed the maps to then be a full summer and winter cycle. So you get the best of both worlds, where you can have the map and have it fully covered in snow, but also have the same exact map and have it just be completely bare and just the dirt and mud. I mean, it would just double their availability of all maps, because then it wouldn't be a map that is snow and then it's a map that is not snow. Like, I know we have the Yukon that is the best of both worlds, where it has a mix of each terrain. But it would just be so amazing if they were able to make actual dynamic weather that actually affected the terrain, and then a snowstorm blows in, and then all of a sudden a trail you drove across has a big snowdrift across it and all that. Like, the possibilities are endless with these games, and I really do feel like they're going to go towards that in the future when they come out with more titles. But that'll be so much further down the road, especially considering they just announced the Year 2 Season Pass. So we have another entire year of content to look forward to from the developers. But the most important thing I see with that is that it's another year of the developers committing to give us the game that they promised, and continue to fix and update and just continue to patch and make these games better and better. It is so exciting to look forward to what we're going to get in the future. And just another 4 phases, a whole bunch more maps, and a whole bunch more things to do and keep us busy. More vehicles on top of that, and presumably more features and content, and different types of cargo, and different types of contracts, and everything, top to bottom. Like, again, like I was just saying a little while ago, looking back on this game and just thinking about where it was at launch to what it is now, and then going even further and thinking about what it will be after Year 2 is out, and then putting yourself in the position of starting a new gameplay through and having 8 phases of DLC that you have to complete on top of the base game. Like, I mean, that is multiple hundreds of hours of gameplay. It's just unreal and never-ending amounts of fun. It's why I love these games so much. Like, what I'm doing right now is really the true base and the core of why I love these games. Is I've been playing for close to 2 hours, or an hour and a half almost, and I haven't done a single contract or task. I've just been driving around and exploring. Like, the open world sandbox gameplay is really, really what gets me into these games, and is what I truly love about them. The driving aspect and the terrain deformation, like, and the physics and everything is really the main selling points of it, but the open world free roaming aspect, and then the fact that they brought in almost like RPG style leveling systems and customization, it just makes it that much more enjoyable. Like, I truly love it. And then you bring co-op and all that into it on top of everything, and these games truly have become something amazing. It's really the type of game that I always wanted when I was growing up, like playing, like, you know, Test Drive Off-Road Wide Open, or 4x4 Evo, or if any of you guys played on like Xbox 360, the game Fuel. There was a lot of attempts at games that were somewhat like this, but there truly has been nothing like SnowRunner before. I mean, even MudRunner was super unique in its own ways, but SnowRunner has become a completely different thing and has made such a giant step forward in this franchise and these type of games as a whole, that just opens it up to almost infinite possibilities. Because you can take this type of game and put it in any type of setting, and it just becomes endlessly replayable, which has really been proven by maps like Red Canyon and like the Canadian Shield maps, and really all these different type of maps that all the mod creators come up with, that just really make it a refreshing and new and unique experience over and over. Oh my god, did I seriously just get bottomed out within like feet of the Watchtower? This ice is savage. But like I was saying, just different settings make the game endlessly replayable and refreshing, where you put this game in any different setting and it makes it new and unique. Like, I really hope in the year 2 pass, or we might have to wait for the next game in the franchise to come out, but I want it to start to go to different environments, like, you know, southern equator environments, like, you know, Thailand or South America or Africa or Australia, or anything, you know, unique and different, and give us a truly different experience. Because those are the type of things that would really just expand this game even more so. And there are hints to that, where the names and titles of what's coming in year 2 pass really kind of hint towards something different coming compared to what we've had before, but only time will tell. Hopefully we could get more like European environments, you know, just something unique and different. Got this watchtower over here, only one watchtower left. Are these bridges actually built? That'd be nice for once. That one's not. Alright, just one watchtower left. Stargazer, there it is. I believe this is the one with the truck I'm trying to find. The Zikz is. It's the second DLC truck, and I'm pretty sure you have to repair and refuel it, and I don't have those on me, but at least I know where to go now. I'm gonna go and get that activated, and then I'll go and get that final watchtower. A lot easier said than done, though, because this is SnowRunner. And if I remember right, it's like a radioactive pit behind it, which is kind of unique and interesting. Just like I was kind of talking about earlier. Thank you for all you guys listening to me on my soapbox. I never know if I should be talking more on these stream things. Like, I'm such a quiet guy in my personal life, so to do this streaming stuff and actually like have to talk and commentate, it's a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I try and do it for y'all to make it interesting while you're watching. Oh man, just breakable ice everywhere. Can I even get back up and onto that bridge from here? That water looks deep. My suspension is hanging on by a thread right now. I don't know what I damaged it on, but it is just barely there. Yeah, these maps are awesome. Really enjoying it so far. Yeah, behind the church. Yeah. Oh, so this must be the church you're mentioning, Ian. Yep. Scout flatbed with some fuel on it. Oh! Can it climb it? Oh, I knew that was gonna happen. Shit. When you're 100 meters from your destination and you do something stupid. This is what we call SnowRunner, folks. Damn it. Now I gotta bring the Prowler over here. The Prowler's all the way back here. Ooh, this is gonna be a lot sketchier going down here. This is just gonna be trying to get there without flipping this thing over. Because going down this ice wall on this side is not gonna go as well. Because I don't have the chain tires to slow myself down. Sketchy. Sketchy. Yes. All right. There we go. There. The only real downside is this thing's so quick and light that it gets so squirrely, like it's really hard to control sometimes. Because it turns so fast. Alright, so I need to get to this bridge, cut across, and then save my truck. Looks like there might be a path to go through right here. But it doesn't even look like it's connected enough to even drive across. So there must have been a sketchy route behind the church to go through here, and I just decided to take the dumb way and go up and over the rock. Because I can never help myself with these games, and I always like look at something, I'm like, can I climb it? And then I have to do it. You have to find out. Because you don't know until you try. Yeah, this thing basically just goes straight over everything. Again, because it's just so light. It floats over everything. You don't have to really worry about the breakable ice. Like, you just have to worry about ice as far as having grip on your tires. Come on, come on. You can do it. Friggin' Prowler. Yeah, so the trail wraps right around the church, and then it goes up to the right and then through the rocks. You can see the trail that I'm on right now. It goes just to the right, up and over, and through the rocks. But I decided to go on the ice and try and climb over the big rock for no reason. We'll see. I'm on ice over here, so I don't even know if I'll be able to flip this thing back over. We'll see. I might get lucky, I might not. No, I didn't want it to pull like that. Alright. Now I'm back on the snow, I can actually get a little bit of traction. Now I just gotta get it on the right winch point, and I should be able to get this. Come on. Well, it's not going to work, but I got another vehicle here, so I can still complete the mission that I set out to do. Oh well. You gotta climb up these sketchy rocks, good lord. That is quite the trail they put in place just to get to this thing. You can even call it a trail, holy cow. There it is. Stargazer. Now you can hear the radioactive stuff going on right now. The Geiger counter. Yeah, so just gotta repair and refuel it. But I don't have any repair points on me, so I can't repair it, unfortunately. Yeah, oh, it's a spaceship. Or it looks like it could be considered a spaceship or something. Or it might be just parts to, like, rockets and stuff. Maybe, yeah, more or less parts to a rocket, but the silver, or the round disc makes you think spaceship. You can hear the Geiger counter going off and making the cracking. Let me turn off the engine. There we go. I turn off the engine so you can actually hear it if you got your volume on. Alright. So now I know where the Zikz is. 605R is located. And I just have to repair it and then refuel it. Well, actually, I can refuel it with what I have now. So I got it fully refueled, I just got to repair the thing. Oh yeah, so I guess that definitely does not look like something that you can just drive across. Alright, I'm gonna just recover these. Well, I'm gonna leave the Prowler here, but I'm gonna recover the other one. And I'm gonna bring it back with recover this one. I'm gonna change the body. So I got put this frame on it. Or try a different suspension. Actually, let's use something different. What's going to actually be even able to get in there? Yeah, I got the Bertha. Or what will even have points to even get in there? I'd be able to get in there with this? I don't think this would get up and over that. It doesn't even have enough repair points anyway. I think it has to be this one. I'm gonna try a different suspension on it though, see if it's a little bit more firm. Because I don't like it rolling so far back and forth, and having this box frame on it is gonna make it so much more prone to roll. Oh yeah, this suspension's actually like normal. Or much more normal. It's nice how much articulation the other one had, but this one is a little bit more of what I need, so I'm gonna hit the bathroom real quick and I'll be right back, fellas. Alright, I'm back. So, gonna go unlock the Zikz 605R. Need to go all the way up here. Try a different route. Cut through around here, and it goes up this rock slide hill over here. Try and climb back up the whole same way. Actually, no. I'll go down this time. Try and cut across here. Do a short route of some sort. Get back here. There's no real easy way to do that. Hopefully this different suspension doesn't change this truck too much. I was kind of worried. I wasn't sure if doing the different suspension might change it a little too much, but we'll see. I don't even know why I took that. I shouldn't have gone this way. I just remembered I just plotted out a completely different path, and I still went back the same way that I was just used to going. I gotta take a left right here. Let's see if this stiffer suspension is either gonna help me or hurt me. I was thinking the stiffer suspension might be the smart play with the taller ride height, but I'm not sure if the softer suspension was a little bit better for the crawling aspects. Delta pickup, yeah. Yeah, I tried out the 8000 series. I did a stream yesterday where I tested the R&R Customs 8000 series and the Kenny C500. I tested both of those out on the first map here in Phase 4. I did some logging and just really put them through some paces for a while. And I really like both of them. They're both very overpowered when fully upgraded, but that is to be expected with trucks like that. Yeah, both of them are very, very fun. I like the 8000 series more than the Kenny 500. but the C500 is still very fun in its own right. With the taller ride height already starting to show its friggin' inability to try and get through a trail, but so far she's staying on her wheels. This trail is so sketchy. I only came through it with a Scout 800 last time, so trying to come through with this larger vehicle is a little bit sketchy. Yeah, I do have the 8000 series custom activated currently, so after I unlock the Zikz here, I could maybe do a rock slide or do one of the tasks, and I'll use the 8000 series for a little bit. I should still be online for a little while. We'll see how long my girlfriend's gonna be out with her mother. They're doing some shopping and whatnot, having a girls' day. So I'm having myself a SnowRunner day. I really want to play this game so much more than I get a chance to, and I really don't get to play that often. And for the most part, when I do play, I'm doing my streaming so I can get some content out there on my page, because I really haven't been doing nearly as much as I used to as far as uploading videos. And for the most part, for my YouTube channel, I've just been doing the streams lately. But I do have a bunch of content saved up on my hard drive that I'm going to be uploading soon. I do have a video that I just made before this that explains the difference that they made in console mods with the Phase 4 patch and update. And now the fact that if mods are unavailable and we have to turn them off, or if you turn any mod off that you had in a game save and then you load that game save and you get that warning that tells you that a mod is about to be deleted from that game save, and the fact that we now get refunded when those mods are deleted from game save. So again, if a mod is unavailable and you are forced to load it into a game save and make it delete itself, you do get refunded. And I made a video that I'm going to post in the next couple days that explains that, and I'm going to post that to the groups and hopefully can answer some of the questions that some people have in regards to mods and those type of things happening. Because it is definitely frustrating when you have a mod that you want and you spend your hard-earned money in this game, because coming across money is definitely not easy, especially if you're doing it legit and not doing any of the glitches and cheating. So when mods are deleted, and in the past when they would become unavailable and get updated, we would have them disappear, but they would just reappear in your truck storage when they came back from being updated. And now they just simply get deleted. You get refunded, so you still have that money, but then when those mods come back and are available again, you can then just buy the mod again and unfortunately just have to customize it again. Let's see if I can get this thing through this area again. I have a feeling the repair cab on the back might be a little bit heavier. Just try to navigate this breakable ice with some finesse. Yeah, that area definitely is more thick than the other part if I try to just go straight across. Alright, Ice Hill, let's do this. Come on, claw your way up. Let's go. This thing's a great little Scout. I'm loving it so far. It's an off-road class vehicle, but it's a Scout in my opinion. It is just a perfect little repair rig that you can keep around the map. This thing is awesome. Loving the silver arrow from M181. Such a cool little Scout. Again, it's not a Scout, but it's a Scout in my opinion. Now I just need to try and make it all the way back. Ah, and I didn't take the route I meant to take. I was stoned and I went up the hill instead of taking a right like I had planned to. I wanted to try a different route, but I'm forced to take this route now. So I'm gonna end up coming down here, and then I gotta make it over to the bridge, and then get to the Zikz. I smoke too much weed and play this game, and I just have too much fun when I'm driving and try to make plans, and then I just forget about them. Just keep driving. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I highly recommend this Silver Arrow. I can't wait until we can actually change the colors and make it unique. It looks like it has fun paint patterns and color options too, so it might have different patterns that it can have for the paint job as well. Just having it as white here is a little bit not what I would normally do, because I love having vehicles that have an opposite color compared to the terrain that you're driving on. So driving a white vehicle in a snow map for me is something I normally would not do. I like to use like a bright red or orange or blue, or you know, something that pops against the terrain that you're driving on. So it is a little bit of a bummer that you can't change the colors on it right now, but that's a minor inconvenience. Because other than that, this is performing really well, in my opinion. Just doing my best not to roll it over on this super sketchy trail. Ooh. Let's go. Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, that trail is insane. But so much fun. But there's also something cool at the same time with driving a white vehicle in a snow environment. That just feels right at the same time too, so it is what it is. I'll take a glitch where a color is messed up over something being like mechanically messed up any day of the week on a mod. Man, found some deep, soupy snow and mud right there. Hey there, Dylan Novak. Thanks for joining in the stream, my dude. Man, getting reckless. I'm trying to read the chat while driving. Anytime you see me do crazy shit like that, I'm probably trying to read the chat while driving. Ooh, this might get a little rough through here. The deep mud and the breakable ice. Alright. Yeah, this Silver Arrow is a great little scout. Not super overpowered, but at the same time it's definitely capable. But it makes you have to drive it. Something different, you know what I mean? That's one of my favorite things about having mods, is having just unique and different vehicles that add a different vibe, a different experience, because then you can truly customize your gameplay experience, where you know you can have a bunch of American vehicles, you know, big shiny mud trucks, or you can have a whole bunch of different unique like Russian style vehicles or European style vehicles. Like, now that we have mods, it truly allows people to enjoy the game the way they want to, compared to being forced to use the vehicles just made by the developers, which are fun and everything like that, but they get a little stale, a little boring, and they're not always the type of experience that everyone would like to use. Some people just want to play the game and, you know, go around with scout vehicles and do some trailing with friends and stuff like that, and then there's people that just want to do the heavy hauling and so on and so forth. Like, there are just so many different niches, different types of experiences that you can give yourself in this game that is really what makes it so unique and awesome. So much replay value because there's just so many different things that you can do. Even more so now with console mods, like the amount of different mod maps, different vehicles and everything. Like especially maps. Maps are really what the lifeblood of this game is. Whoa, that gets real deep real quick. Of course it's all broken ice. Use your head, Mike. Once you've played the game for a while, you can discern what looks like snow and what looks like ice, but like, my god. It just sucks your vehicle in so fast. Because I gotta get across to the left right here. Because the bridge is right there. I should have gone around this way to the left. I made a mistake going right, because now I have to cut. I have no choice but to cut through onto deep ice hell. I'm gonna try and ride the edge of this snow over here and then cut over. Just avoid those deep, deep ice troughs. I gotta cut across right here. Hope for the best. Times like this where I just get obnoxious with the winch. Like, for the most part I try to get around without having to use the winch and stuff like that, but I'm not going to play games with deep breakable ice and stuff like that, because that you get sunk down into that and you get your nose stuck in there. It's just a recipe for disaster. Come on. There we go. A little sketchy at the end there, but we made it. The really sketchy part is actually coming up. That trail behind the church just to get to the Zikz 605R is actually really, really technical and sketchy. I don't know if this thing's going to be able to do it. I might have to try and go straight over the rock like I did the first time. And I could have definitely made it over that rock the first time, but the soft suspension, and I was just being kind of reckless with it. Yeah, coming up over this bridge, you take a left at the church, and the Zikz 605R is right on the other side. You have two options really to get across there. From this side is either take a really, really technical trail up and over, or try and do what I'm about to do and potentially waste all your time and effort and just go up and over this crazy steep rock that's right in front of the ice part here. So let's move the other one out of the way. So I really don't even want to mess around with trying to take that big thing up and through that trail that I brought this one through. And hopefully I'll just be able to go up and over and make this happen without messing it up. But we'll see. The taller ride height's definitely gonna make this a little bit more sketchy than it needs to be, but we're all about experimenting in this game. Come on, how did the tires get up there last time? Oh, that's such a bad idea. Oh, that's such a bad idea. Alright, I'm gonna try the trail. I don't want to really waste all my time and effort getting over here, so before completely giving up, I'm gonna try and get this thing up and around the trail, but good lord, that was sketchy. I didn't want to flip into the river and waste all that time and effort, so I'll try and get this thing up this trail, but I don't know if it's going to be able to do it. It's just so much bigger and boxy, like the just shape of it. Getting up through this trail is going to be sketchy. Alright, okay, alright, doing well, doing well. Let's get around this. Okay, alright. It's not as bad as I remembered it being, but it still sucks. I'm glad I didn't roll into the river. That really would have sucked. Alright, we made it. Okay. I was being dramatic for no reason. Here we go. Got the Zikz 605R. Gonna repair that and unlock it. And from all the reports in the Facebook groups and online, it is a beast of a truck for these new regions. It is exactly what we needed to be able to handle these new regions, apparently. Alright. Repair. New truck discovered. Completed Stargazer. Right next to the radioactive pit of rocket parts in a potential UFO. So for those that are just joining in the stream and did not see the location on the map, I'm right here, all the way over in this corner, and the garage on Cosmodrome is right here. So if you start at the garage, you follow up the left side all the way up here to the church, and the task is named Stargazer. So it's up to the right of the town storage and to the left of the church, tucked in behind there. And you have to repair and refuel it, and then you get the Zikz 605R. And this is it. Repaired and refueled. You can hear the Geiger counter going off from the radioactive parts behind you there, which is a nice touch. This is a throwback to the MudRunner days. It's nice to have this big beast back in the game. It was the D35, or I believe it was D350 or something like that in the MudRunner games. But it truly is a beast. So nice to have this again. And I guess it's kind of set up to try and be stupid. I mean, should we try and drive across that? I mean, like, it's probably gonna get stuck, but why not? Yeah. That's what I knew was gonna happen. I was hopeful that it'd be closer, but yeah, that just proves that you really can't drive across that. That is hilarious. Let's recover this beast. Give it a little customization check. Give her the fully upgraded engine. It's got the fine-tune option or the advanced special. Only one suspension option. Only one tire option. Advanced. Nice, it's got a nice snorkel here, front facing, or the traditional like cap head, flat cap. Get the crane, logging crane, 2-slot bed, yeah. Logging bed for small logs. Again, for folks that aren't aware, this new logging bed that is on the majority of trucks that are in the base game, it is for small logs, not medium. A seismic bed, 2-slot bed. Nice. Repair supplies on the roof. Oh, it can put a spare wheel on the back. And a fuel tank. Only a high saddle, no low saddle. Yeah, let's go out and do a little exploring with this thing. Oh, I like that one. I like that crossbar. I like the traditional stock, but I want to do this one. I like that. All the options take the top frame off. Nice. Oh yeah, let's go with that. I like that camo green. Let's go. Finally got her unlocked. The Zikz 605R. I'm just gonna treat it like a scout vehicle for now and go and grab that final Watchtower. Yeah, let's see if it lives up to the hype and is a good vehicle for this these new maps. Like that out-rolled exhaust shooting the smoke down. Certainly looks like a beast. I like it. So I need to get the final Watchtower. So I gotta basically go back to where I was. And then go over. Unless I go down here and cut across and then go left. But then there's a shore collapse. That's another roadblock you have to friggin' clear. There's just roadblocks absolutely everywhere. Well, let's just test it out on the ice first since it's right here. I'm going to try and go around this roadblock here. If I can get around this rock slide, I'm going to follow the road all the way across. And then I can take this bridge across here. And then I can get up and get this Watchtower. So if I'm able to get across, I'll do this. If not, I'm going to have to come up with a different plan. But this will be a good deep ice test to start out. See, even though it doesn't have chain tires, if it's too heavy to get through the ice or if it can just plow its way through. I have a feeling it's going to be too heavy and break through and get it. Probably can still get stuck, but I'll see what it can do here as far as getting around this rock slide and trying to get through this breakable ice. Because I doubt it probably is too low of a ride height to climb up and over the rock, so we'll see how it does here. Wow. Okay. I still think it can probably get to a point where it gets stopped, but for right now, it's just like being a ice break and just cutting its way through. This is kind of impressive. I didn't expect it to have this much grip considering the fact it doesn't have chain tires. This is actually kind of blowing my mind. I thought for sure it would get stuck. This is kind of crazy. I didn't expect it to actually just walk through this breakable ice like this, but this is nuts. No ice tires. No chain tires. And it's just not, it barely even really got slowed down. I didn't want to get too much wheel spin, leaving it in like the high-low, so I'm just trying to make sure it gets its way across. Just trying to find a spot where I can actually make my way up onto land again. That's crazy. And just so folks know, I did ask the developers and they clarified that DLC vehicles can be modded, so we should be able to see modded versions of this come out on consoles that have larger tires, larger lift kits, and different attachments and so on. So there are versions already on the PC version on the mod browser, on the PC mod.io browser. So hopefully those will also get submitted for consoles and hopefully eventually get approved for consoles as well. Because this, even though it's already being a very well-performing rig, just having, you know, modded versions is always going to be a fun option. I can't believe it just plowed its way through all that breakable ice. That was kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm just gonna follow this entire road all the way around. I want to get to here, and then it goes around, and then take this bridge across, as long as the bridge is actually drivable. I haven't actually looked at that one yet to see if it is actually a bridge I can drive on. I really hope it is. Excuse me. Yeah, really enjoying the Zikz so far. This thing's awesome. Oh, I gotta text my girlfriend real quick. Alright, sorry for that delay, I'm just texting my girlfriend back. There we go. She was out to dinner with her mother and just asked me if I wanted some food to be brought home. And they're at a really good like burger place that does some like steaks and stuff, and they have a great appetizer that's steak tips wrapped in bacon. So I got those to look forward to. You know, don't want her to bring me home a whole meal, but bring home a little appetizer or some steak tips wrapped in bacon. I mean, come on. Who wouldn't want that? Just reheat them in the oven a little bit later with dinner. Oh, that'll be delicious. Yeah, you're right, Ghetto Pirate. The developers upped their game. They probably were like, we need to bring out a vehicle that's actually able to handle this terrain. And that's exactly what this is. Like, these maps are definitely a challenge and difficult, but as soon as you unlock this thing, oh my god, it's gonna make your life so much easier. Oh, that is definitely Definitely a roadblock. Fallen trees. Why did I not see it? Oh, it was covered by the map. It wasn't unlocked yet. I love this game, and I hate it at the same time. Need 2 service repair parts. You can get those right at this warehouse. So, looks like I'm doing a quick little task. What's rock slide? Might as well do rock slide while I'm at it, so I don't have to keep driving through the ice like that. 1 metal beam. Where do we get metal beams? Town storage, all the effing way up there. Alright, looks like I'm gonna do a little jump back to the other map, get the metal beams for rock slide. Just confirm that rock slide is just 1 metal beam, and I know I have some at the garage on Uskar River, so I can just grab those real quick and just have to unfortunately have you guys look at a quick loading screen in between, and then yeah, I'll get that all done and taken care of. Message redacted. Oh, you don't have to delete stuff? I don't know, unless you were calling me a dick or something, I don't know. Yeah, these maps are no joke. I still haven't built all the bridges here in this first map either. There's just so much to do. Holy guacamole. That one hit me in the soul. But since I'm over here, I am going to use this risky 8000 series custom, and I'm going to do the metal beams with this. I have to switch my bed real quick. I know some of you guys would like to see this thing in action, so I'll go ahead and take this thing out for a spin. Two-slot cargo bed. Let's go. This thing's so much fun. It does not have chain tires, which can be a little bit of an issue, but it is what it is. Weave my way through my mess of vehicles I set up at the beginning of the stream. I'll show you, since I'm here, real quick, so you guys know there is a there's finally a dairy Longhorn, the 3194, that actually has the drive wheels function. So the wheels actually function now. It's so nice. Turns this thing into a beast. Like, look how tall the snorkel is on it. It's so silly. But this thing is awesome. I took this thing around for a while, just doing some stuff while I was playing around and just experimenting with it. And it's a nice crawler rig. I took it around TMB trails and did some climbing with it, and it actually can climb pretty well. It's hilarious. Yeah, this thing's awesome. Can't believe no one made mods tweaks of this vehicle that got onto consoles before this, but now we finally have it at least. Yeah, let me get back to what we're here for. Getting the 8000 series and go grab some metal beams and then get those delivered. And then I'll continue to work on getting the other stuff done. But this thing is so overpowered when it gets moving. It does have a raised suspension. And the cage on the back is a ramp that will drop down, so you can load vehicles into the back of this box frame. I did not expect it to make it this top heavy, but it makes sense, it's so tall. And I did raise up the suspension. I just like having a nice big, you know, flat cab on the front. Having a good cab over is just so nice. We don't have enough in the game. One of the only issues I have found with this vehicle is I have to adjust the third person field of view because it seems to zoom itself in on it like automatically. It's weird. I'm just going to go over to the warehouse here in the first map. You can just cut straight across the ice here. Right outside the garage, and just follow the ice straight across, and it is the easiest path to the warehouse, which is right down the road from the garage on this map. Yeah, this thing is so obnoxiously fast when you get it moving. I do have the most powerful engine and the fastest gearbox on it. But this crossing is so sketchy. You can easily flip yourself, not even trying on it, just because of the way that the rocks are leaning. But more creators have to do stuff like this, like putting the custom stickers on the side of it to promote themselves. Absolutely love that. Such a unique touch to really just customize and personalize their vehicles to them. Really makes it stand out, in my opinion. Alright, come up over here to this warehouse and I'll grab the metal beam that I need, and then all I have to do is cross right back over to Cosmodrome, and then I'll have that rock slide taken care of, and I'll never have to do the trudge through the ice like I did on the way over. Oh, wrong one. Wrong warehouse. It's this one. What? Why is it not? Oh, it's because I was hanging over the other one. The game kind of freaks out like that when you have two locations that you can get different types of cargo, and it freaks out sometimes. There we go. Got myself a metal beam in there. Show you guys that real quick. Got metal beams in there, so I'll bring that over back to Cosmodrome. Get that delivered. All I have to do is not flip this thing over. I'm trying to get over there. So I'll come back over here. And then a big suggestion I always tell to everyone is the roads are nice, but use the ice to your advantage. Just cut right across here, go around. I could cut straight across right here, but that's all super breakable ice and would be probably tougher than it looks. But if you come all the way down here, you can cut across this water and get up on top of this shelf right here, because this water is way too deep to drive through. But if you're able to finagle your way up onto the ice shelf right here, you can then just jump up onto the road, and then boom, you get right through to the tunnel to Cosmodrome. So just a short drive over the bridge, down the ice, and all the way around, because I haven't done, I still have this landslide on the highway to do, and there's 2 bridges that have to be built here that I still haven't done. So I have to take the creative way to get there. This thing really is so fast. Like I'm trying not to flip myself, but I'll try and show you how fast it is. It's just ridiculous compared to a lot of vehicles in the game. But I mean, this is on the same kind of level as the what is it? The IX Heavy Wrecker. Like, it's just as crazy as that. It doesn't have like the big wrecker crane and all those type of gadgets and stuff that like the IX Wrecker has, but this has its own unique vibe and style. But both are very similar, where they have the single turn axle up on the front and then the triple axle in the back. Oh! Already flipped it? My goodness. That sucks. That's what I get for talking and playing the game. There we go. It just gives me a reason to use this as a recovery vehicle. I should have just used this from the first place, but I wanted to use that Risky's 8000 series because I know some of you guys definitely want to see that thing in action. But yeah, just the tall box bed, and I had the suspension lifted up. It was just a recipe for flipping over. But it's SnowRunner. It's almost to be expected. Yeah, this Zikz 605 is absolutely made for this. But it'll be minimal damage, especially considering the fact that the 8000 series has that box bed, so all I have to do is flip it back over and I'll be good to go. But really loving this thing a lot more than I thought I would. For some reason I wasn't too excited when this thing was first previewed, but after driving it for just a couple minutes, I'm already a big fan. And just knowing that we have this now, like thinking about bringing this back to like Tamir and going to the Yukon and using this to finish up some contracts that I have yet to complete on some of those maps. Gets me excited. This shouldn't have any issue pulling this thing back up onto its wheels, even though it is on, you know, slightly icy terrain. Oh yeah. She's got the power. I just gotta be careful. I gotta be smart. This thing's just too fast for its own good. There you go. Pack the cargo again so it doesn't like just bounce around or do anything silly. But yeah, use the ice to your advantage, but you still gotta be careful. Just avoid the middle. All that breakable ice will really just eat your truck in no time. Ooh, this is gonna be sketchy through here. One thing this could use, I mean, it's kind of tough with the triple axle in the back to do it, but larger tires would be nice on this rig. That's one of the only things. Just some larger tires would be a good option for it, but it's definitely very capable. The amount of power it has makes up for it. That's for sure. Just bullies its way through every situation. Yeah, so this is the section, if you have a light enough vehicle, you can cut across, but everything on the, everything on the right side over here is definitely going to make you tip over. Those rocks just come out of nowhere, and it's like a catapult. But that's why you do the buddy system when you're playing single player. Yeah, the box hits a lot of branches too when you're in the trees and stuff. Yeah, normally I wouldn't use a box frame like that. Like, I don't even like using sideboard beds. For the most part, when I'm playing, I like the flat beds, just simply for the lower center of gravity. Like, I don't like using tall trailers. I don't use sideboard bed trailers. I use the flatbed trailers. Like, everything I do is about low center of gravity and trying not to flip. And everything about the setup I have currently with that 8000 series is just prone to flip. Like, I'm just not being smart about it at all. But I've gone this far. I'm going to get this thing across and get it into the next map and just get that rock slide taken care of, and then I can use the Zikz here to its full advantage and really get this thing up and going. It's just clawing its way over all these rocks. Yeah, this is the truck I should be driving. Yeah, this thing was definitely made for this terrain. And this is not a mod, this is from the developers. This is the downloadable content vehicle for this phase. On PC there are modded versions of it that should be able to make it to consoles where it is not a branded vehicle, so as long as people own the DLC, when those mods become available, you should be able to get them and use them. Hopefully we start to see some of those make their way to consoles sooner rather than later, but only time will tell. The the developers keep all that information private as far as what mods will become available and when. There are unfortunately no timelines for any mods and when they will be released. Information is all private to the developers once it gets submitted for approval. Alright. Let's try take 3. Take 2 and take 1 did not work. Let's see if take 3 works. This is making me worried because the ice shelf that you have to climb up onto is not exactly easy to climb up onto and is something that you can easily roll on, so we'll see if this thing can actually pull it off. I think it should be able to, it's gonna be a little tricky. At least this thing makes up for it with how fast it is. You can make a mistake and then you're just immediately going 5,000 miles an hour along the map. But now we're at that little tricky crossing I was telling you about, so you can cut across the water and get up on that ice shelf. You just have to hug it close to the rocks on the other side. And we'll see if this thing can do it. So I need to kind of go up to the left and then do basically a U-turn and be set up to try and climb up the side of the rocks over there. So it's super narrow, but if you're able to get your nose up along the edge of these rocks and then basically claw your way up. It's just, I don't know if it's not going to roll when I try and do this. This is not going to work out, I can already tell. But I think instead of trying to flip it, I might just bring that Zikz up here and try and get up it with that if I can. I'm going to try one more attempt without it. Let's see if I can do it without rolling. Haha! Yes! Alright, just had to muscle my way around it. This truck, it really is a beast. It's so silly, it really is. But it's a fun kind of silly. Put the suspension down lower, just hoping it would make it less prone to roll over. I'm just sick of rolling it over. There we go, up on the road. I do not have the chain tires on it, so this ice road is actually going to be an issue. It should be able to claw its way up. Come on! Come on! We're so close. Nice. Made it. Didn't have to use the winch on that one. Just so slippery on these roads, it's crazy. we go. I don't have to refuel because this thing is a modded vehicle and it uses damn near no fuel. Like all the time I've been driving it, I still have only burned 20 liters. Let me just jump in the 605 and recover it real quick so it'll be available when I get through to the other map. Tuck that into storage. And now I can bring my metal beams, as you can see, glitched through the back there, in the 8000 custom series and bring this to the next map, Cosmodrome. Yeah, Hellcat. The 605 is a very similar model to a vehicle that was in MudRunner. It was the D35, I believe, or D350, or D355. They had a couple of them, but yeah, those were in MudRunner. There might not be the same exact model, but they're very, very close. I think there were 2 of them in MudRunner. Well, there were 3. There was an even larger one, but that is not in SnowRunner from the developers. There are mods available of the Zikz 540 that's in SnowRunner. Oh yeah, I highly suggest everyone check out MudRunner if you have a chance. It is definitely a significantly much more limited version of SnowRunner, but it's still a very fun game. And if you like the core aspects of SnowRunner, you'll like MudRunner. It's just only logging and delivering garage points, essentially, to unlock garages. Like, you go around and get watchtowers, and then you complete the map by unlocking the vehicles, unlocking the garages, and then doing the logging missions. Like, that's all there is in MudRunner. The maps are smaller, the game is much more limited, there's very limited customization compared to SnowRunner. No visual customization really at all, nothing that we have here in SnowRunner, but you can still have a lot of fun in MudRunner. It's just a much more limited experience. See if this thing can get through on its own through this disgusting mud and ice pit. I don't think it will, but we'll see. Oh my god, it is. Oh, and then I say that, and then it finds the deep hole. Wonder if even lifting it up will help. Oh, nope. But just use a little bit of the autonomous winch, and it'll claw its way out. There we go. Yeah, so it just takes some medium logs. I think it might even be 3 medium logs or something crazy like that to build that little log bridge, so you don't have to go through that hell every time you come through the tunnel. But that the first time I encountered that after unlocking this map, I just had a good laugh. And I really appreciate how evil the developers have been on these maps as far as just making every single road something you have to think about. Like, you can never, ever, ever get lazy on these maps. Put the ride height back down, because I'm way too close to this to mess up and not complete this task at this point. I just got 1 metal beam to come right down the road here and deliver the metal beams here and complete this rock slide. And then I'll be able to then, after that, use the Zikz 605, and I'm going to complete the other roadblock that's on the way to where I was trying to go before this entire fiasco started. But I'm glad I actually got a chance to jump into the 8000 series here and show you guys it for at least a little bit. Not necessarily the best vehicle for these maps in particular, but definitely something that is a good option for the other maps all around in general. I always turn the objective markers off because they just annoy me when they're on the screen. I hate when it does that, when you're trying to deliver cargo, but it's like weird how it sometimes won't bring up the screen and it brings up the task. Alright. Took care of that roadblock. Rock slide done. And as much as I like this, I'm gonna park this thing on the side of the road. And I'm gonna jump back in that Zikz 605. And I'm gonna drive that thing around because I really want to drive that. And I got it right in my garage, so I just gotta jump in here to the garage in Cosmodrome, truck storage. Jump in the Zikz's. Oh, and I need a trailer. I don't have a trailer. There isn't a trailer store here. Or is there? Yeah, there's a trailer store right here. I don't know what I was thinking. Alright, so the next task I'm going to complete is fallen trees. It's the next task on this road over here. It's just 2 service spare parts, and you can get the service spare parts at the farm warehouse, which is right on the way. So I'm going to come up here to the farm warehouse and then go to the fallen trees. What trailer to use? Off-road trailers Lowboy, the 4 slot. Let's go. Let's see how it does hauling a trailer and some cargo. Now I don't have to worry about this massive rock slide, which is nice. Take care, Jan, man. Have a good one. Appreciate the kind words. You have a great weekend, my man. Thank you for hanging out. I really appreciate everyone hanging out and watching the streams, man. It's what keeps me coming back and doing it. You know, I'm not getting, you know, large numbers by any means, but just simply having a few people in here hanging out means everything in the world. Just sharing the love of SnowRunner, enjoying these games to the fullest. I buried it right in there. I was reading the chat in the comment section and I just drove it full speed right into that little ditch. Yeah, not getting slowed down. This new Zikz is really the vehicle that you guys need to be using for this new map. My God. It truly is the best. As far as base game vehicles so far that I've used on this game, in these new maps, the Zikz is definitely head and shoulders above all the other base game vehicles. Oh man, this looks like no joke in here. See how it does through this deep water section. See if it can do it in high gear. like butter. Man, I am absolutely loving this new DLC vehicle. Generally, I'm not a big fan of the DLC vehicles, but this thing's awesome. Like, they've been a little bit hit or miss throughout the last few DLCs as far as having vehicles that are actually fun to use. And this Zikz is becoming an instant favorite of mine. Looks like that is an infinite cargo here at this location, as well as large pipes, and it has only 3 wooden planks here. Let's see if I can take a look and see if there's anything else up here. Old bridge. I don't think I actually activated that one, did I? I did not. But I have my prowler over here, and I can jump in that real quick and check and see what that task actually requires. Let's see what that takes. So I figure if I'm lucky and it just takes service spare parts, that'd be great, but I have a feeling it's gonna be wooden planks because it's a wooden bridge here. If it's only 2, I should be able to actually knock out both of those in one drive. 3 wooden planks. Mother effer. But that's the 3 wooden planks that are available at that location. So, and there is a trailer over here apparently that has 1. So what I can do is actually I'll go and just deliver this, and then I'll come back and I'll get the other wooden planks after. And then I'll be able to do both of those in one fell swoop, and I'll have both tasks taken care of, and I won't have to worry about those in the future. So if I jump back into this, I'll complete this one real quick, and then I'll just double back and I'll take care of that right after. Sorry for just flipping through the screens real quick on you guys. I'm going to deliver these 2 service spare parts for this mission here for fallen trees and clear that roadblock. And then I'm going to just circle back to the same location and get 3 wooden planks, and I'll complete that task at the same time. Won't take too long just to go there and then drive back. But that really is the first thing you guys want to do if you're playing these new maps, and really any maps in SnowRunner in general. You always want to take care of all roadblocks and anything that's in the way before trying to complete any of the actual real contracts and missions. Like, 1, it makes all the easiest routes more accessible, but also at the same time it makes it so you learn the lay of the land before you get to a point where you're trying to complete a contract and move like significant cargo, and then you end up hitting a roadblock that you have to clear. You know, it just gets so frustrating trying to get stuff done and then hitting roadblocks on the easiest routes. So take that time to learn the maps and go through, and then you'll just complete the easy tasks and whatnot to clear all the landslides and all the roadblocks, and then all the easiest routes will be open, and it'll allow you to really approach all the contracts with a lot more ease and allow you to really get these maps done in a more timely fashion instead of beating your head against the wall. It's got a nice interior. Very well detailed interior. I'll show that again when there's some daylight here. I'll switch it to daylight after delivering this cargo. Get rid of all these trees in the way. There we go. Another roadblock clear. That's 2 tasks in no time using this Zikz. Yeah, I'm just going to double back to the same location, the old farm warehouse, and I'm going to do Old Bridge, which is 3 wooden planks, and I can get them from the old farm warehouse, or I could get them over here at the other warehouse store, and that seems to have unlimited wooden planks. But I can't get... Actually, I could. No, I'm just going to stick to the plan. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come here and get the warehouse. I thought about changing it up and trying to go to that one since it is unlimited, but I'm just going to go here since I know I can get 3 wooden planks, and I'll do the smart thing for once instead of risking it and then spending a half hour trying to fix my mistake. Really enjoying this new DLC vehicle. This might be my favorite DLC vehicle to date, honestly. It just really feels like something different and something actually capable and slightly overpowered from a developer standpoint. Hey, Matt Kruger, how you doing, buddy? The Zikz, the one I'm driving right now, is on the Cosmodrome map. I'm currently on that map, and I unlocked it a little bit earlier in the stream, probably about 45 minutes ago. Something like that, maybe a half hour ago. But it's basically on the other side of the map from the garage in Cosmodrome, because once you unlock Cosmodrome, there is a map, a garage, right basically on the other side of the tunnel. And convenient enough, there are 3 garages in this region. There is not a garage in the Northern Aegeus installation map, but the I can't pronounce it right, but it's something like it almost, when you look at the word, it seems like Chernobyl. But the 3rd map that is beyond Cosmodrome does have a garage on it. So in total, there are 3 garages in the Phase 4 region. But once you get into Cosmodrome, you'll be able to unlock this truck I'm driving right now, and it is well worth all the effort it takes to get it. This might potentially be, in my opinion, the best vehicle in the base game from the developers. And base game being all DLC from the developers. But this very well might be the best all-around vehicle as far as if you want the most powerful vehicle that can get any job done. From the developers, this might be the best one so far. But that's just my personal opinion. But I'm going to grab wooden planks. So I got 3 of those, and I'm gonna go all the way to do Old Bridge, which is right by the location of this vehicle that I'm driving. So the garage is located right here, and the tunnel from the first map is right here. So once you enter this map for the first time, you have a big ice lake on your right, and then the garage is just on the other side of it. And then when you leave the garage, I'll just zoom straight out, and if you go up the left side all the way up here, just to the left of the task I'm trying to complete, where these yellow markers are, there's a church. And behind the church is a radioactive pit. And just on the edge of the radioactive pit is where the Zikz 605R is located. And the name of the task is called Stargazer, and it is simply a repair and refuel task. And all you gotta do is repair and refuel it, and then you have, in my opinion, one of the best vehicles from the developers. It is definitely made for this new region, and it is doing very well so far, in my opinion. Like, I am truly enjoying it so far. It only has one tire option, so there's no chain tires, but they're some of the best mud tires that have ever been put in the game so far. But if you rewind in the stream, you can watch me go through the process of unlocking it. I did do it live here through the stream, and I unlocked it, and now I'm using it to complete these tasks and get this map to a point where I can start working on the contracts in the near future. I'm going to get this bridge built and then try and get the last Watchtower in this map if I can. And then we'll go from there. But it really doesn't get slowed down by anything. If you guys were watching earlier in the stream, I took this around the rock slide roadblock that I cleared with the metal beams, the ones I delivered with the 8000 series custom. And this, even though it doesn't have chain tires, it just cut a path through like deep breakable ice and never slowed down, and it went right around it, right through the ice lake. I mean, it was slow going, but it didn't get stopped, and I drove right around, right through the breakable ice, even without having chain tires. It was crazy. Yeah, this is a hell of a vehicle from the developers. I'm really impressed with it so far. And you would think a vehicle that's set up like this would be very, very capable off-road. But, you know, sometimes the developers have been a little bit too heavy with their hand as far as making vehicles quote-unquote balanced for the game experience, where they don't want things to be too easy, and they want stuff to still struggle through different types of terrain for quote-unquote game experience. And sometimes they miss the mark, where they just make the trucks a little bit too unable to get through certain situations just for the sake of quote-unquote game balance. And they did not do that with this one. Like, other than not allowing it to have chain tires, they've made it a very, very capable rig, which in all rights it absolutely should be. Activate that task real quick. I've gotten in a bad habit of not activating stuff when I drive past it lately. Yeah, I hope that explained that for you, Matt. Sorry if I'm just rambling and if what I'm saying doesn't exactly make sense. I'm trying to be as clear as I can while trying to play the game at the same time. My brain's so distracted by trying to stay on this right path and know where I'm going, while also trying to give you guys a clear and easy to understand commentary on what I'm trying to do in the game. Looks like a cool broken down radio tower up here, or military installation of some kind. Okay, thank you, Matt. I appreciate the feedback, my man. I really appreciate it. Especially once I get some weed in me too and have like a drink, like I got myself a beer, I got myself my weed and just hanging out. So I'm just trying to not let that take over and get too buzzed while trying to also play the game and explain everything to you guys. And let me know if I get too herky-jerky with the camera and stuff too. Like I always try and do different camera pans and different views, and so you guys can really enjoy the experience if you're, you know, taking the time to come in and watch my stream with me. Yep, I have, I'm level 30, so I had basically all the upgrades available. Ronald, Toy, thanks for joining in the stream and asking a question. I'm level 30, so all the upgrades were available, and so it really only put the most powerful engine in it, and then I put the SnowRunner gearbox in it, which is like the advanced special. It does have the option for the fine-tuned gearbox, but I'm honestly more of a fan of like the traditional off-road gearbox that allows you to quickly shift through the gears. So I have that gearbox in it. It did not have a suspension upgrade. It only has one suspension option, and it only has one tire option. So it is slightly limited in that, but I do have the most powerful engine in it, and that's really the only like upgrade as far as getting like a actual like upgrade to any type of extra experience as far as being extra capable as far as handling the terrain. I have the repair supplies on top of the roof and whatnot, but other than that, it is just the extra engine, really. So it is a little bit limited for options with that, but other than that, it is a very capable rig. And I'm just gonna take the long way and not even try and cut through this deep ice that's in between all this section here. This entire area through here is just a frozen swamp, so it's deep mud and then breakable ice on top, so it is pure hell. I drove through there earlier with my scout vehicle, and I had to get a little bit creative with cutting my way through, but I ended up making it eventually. But I'm just going to take the long way and just make sure I can get this cargo delivered. No, don't go in high, get that wheel spin going. But I cut through last night by myself. I went through the rocks right back there, but I went straight across where the nose of the truck is here. I went across to the right along the snow ridge, and then cut across and had to use the winch just to pull myself through all the breakable ice. Like, the terrain is no joke on these maps. Really well made interior. I love looking at the side mirrors and seeing the trailers in the back, especially when I'm hauling cargo. It really does just claw its way through everything. I mean, it's not going to get anywhere in land speed records and be the fastest vehicle, but I mean, this thing barely ever gets stopped or slowed down. I mean, it'll get slowed down here and there, and you got to use the low gear here and there, but for the most part, this thing is a beast. just love the look of it. It's just so brutal looking. You just you look at this thing and it just screams off-road capabilities. It's just made to do anything you want. Go through the deepest swamp, the deepest snow. These icy swamp areas are always my favorite. Like the areas that are like deep snow and then breakable ice mixed all through it, like those are probably my favorite terrain features in the game. Come on. And even as capable as this thing is, it still does get slowed down. Like just the deep mud and all the deep snow and all the obstacles in the way. Like the developers just basically did everything they could to make it like a task and a chore to do anything. Little scenery. Take in the view. These maps are just beautiful. Yeah, so right to the left here, on the other side of this bridge, is the church I was talking about, Matt. And you just take a left here, you can see my tire tracks from earlier, and you follow the trail up around the church, and this Zikz 605 that I'm currently driving is right over there. And now I'm coming full circle and bringing it right back to basically where I unlocked it, and I'm going to use it to complete this task to build this bridge. Got my prowler still hanging out here from when I activated the task. Go. Wooden bridge built. Only 350 experience and less than $4,000. Like, that is another kind of complaint that you can definitely give the developers with this game. The juice isn't exactly worth the squeeze, if you know what I mean, with a lot of stuff. I mean, this is a modded playthrough for me. I went with a buddy in co-op, and I went on to a modded map and just made it so that I don't have to worry about money on this game playthrough ever again. And if I hadn't done that, like, you know, it is a struggle to get money in this game. It really is. And the developers really don't do much for the players, where you have to put in a lot of work to get some stuff done in this game, and you really don't get compensated very well for it, where it's just not an equal payout for the amount of effort that it takes to put in a lot of the times. Some of the bigger contracts, you do get more experience and more money and stuff like that, but even simple bridges, like I just did there, I mean, it was maybe, what, 15 minutes, 20 minutes of me driving around, and I had to do all the bridges and unlock the rock slide beforehand, and do 2 tasks before that, before I got that done, and I only got 4,000 in-game credits for that. Like, that's a little bit shitty, but it is what it is. If you're, you know, pay attention to the way the game works and how certain features work, and you're able to use it to your advantage like I did. Like, I got $90 million on this game playthrough, so I never have to worry about money again. Like, you just go onto a modded map that someone has hosted for you if you're not the host. This only works when you're not the host. If you go onto a mod map that has contests or easy to complete contracts and tasks that are repeatable, you can just do that over and over and over and then have unlimited money. And then you can just never have to worry about money again and allow yourself just to have the carefree gameplay through and not have to worry about how much money you have. And then it makes the game so much more enjoyable. And that being said, I cannot wait in the polar opposite aspect to play through the a hard mode, because I'm going to do some streaming where I set up a hard mode gameplay through and then just do contracts and stuff through that. And I'm going to do hard mode with no mods. Like, the temptation is there to use mods in hard mode, but honestly, in my opinion, it takes all of the point and reason out of hard mode when you just play hard mode with mods. Because some mods are just so overpowered and make the experience so much easier that it takes the reason and the point out of hard mode when you just end up playing through with modded vehicles that just make the game so much easier than it is, where hard mode is by definition supposed to be hard. And if you use mods to get it done, it just takes some of the luster out of it. Like, yeah, you can say you completed hard mode, but if you're completing hard mode by using mods at the same time, there's a little bit of, like, I don't know, something weird about that to me. But again, this game is built on the ethos of play it however you want. Play the game however you like. And I don't begrudge anyone that wants to use mods in their hard mode gameplay through. It's just my opinion that I'm going to use it as an opportunity to really just see what the developers were really intending to do with the hard mode and really make it a difficult experience by using just the base game vehicles when I do my hard mode playthrough. So I just gotta climb up to the top of this hill here, and I'll get the final Watchtower in the Cosmodrome map. There we go, get up here to the final Watchtower on Cosmodrome. Such a weird word to try and pronounce. Even harder word is the name of the final map on Phase 4. Which this should have unveiled the tunnel too. There it is. The tunnel to the fourth and final map in Phase 4. And the name of it is Cherno-Kamensky. Cherno-Kamensk. However you want to pronounce that. There we go. Got the whole Cosmodrome map unlocked finally. Still a couple gray areas in the middle that I have to go through and clear those up. Yeah, very happy with these maps so far. So I'm gonna just, of course, there's another roadblock right at the entrance to the tunnel. So I'm gonna go activate that task. Of course there's another roadblock right there. That is hilarious. Hopefully the cargo isn't too far away. But it just makes sense with the way that they design these maps and whatnot, that they be like, okay, here's the tunnel to the final map, but there's a task that you have to complete to clear a roadblock right before it, so that you can get any real vehicle through there. Like, I could easily get this scout around it, but getting that through there is just so silly. So it's called Tree Blockade, 2 service spare parts. And the only place to get them is all the way back here at the farmhouse. That is hilarious. Well, I think I might call it there, folks. I'll save it for another day. I'll take it where I'll come through and I'll unlock that blockade right there. I'll do that contract to clear that roadblock, and then I'll take that opportunity to explore that new map, Cherno-Kamensk, however the heck you pronounce it. But yeah, I'm gonna leave the Prowler buggy right here, so I'll have a nice scout vehicle that can easily just bring over to that next map. And the next stream I do here on Phase 4 will be unlocking this roadblock and then exploring the final map. But I appreciate everyone for hanging out, and hope you guys have a good weekend, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Drop a like and subscribe, that'd mean a lot. But yeah, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys sometime soon. Take care.